All right, it's Thursday, October 16th, just following up on the SPY. You can see if they're buying some puts here aggressively on bar number 2, we are moving lower towards kind of the close of yesterday, maybe these pre-market lows. Again, I don't want to go for home runs in this environment, so I'm going to scale out here and set up a no-risk trade. Just bought those 670 puts at 498, just scaled out at 50 cents higher, about at 550. They're asking 566 right now. So it's all at no risk. If this whole move here should not really follow through and give me a directional move to the downside today, then I'll do no worse than a small gain. We'll see. You never know what's going to unfold. But in this environment, like I said, I'm just looking for kind of base hits and then seeing if something, bigger might develop. Where really just, if you think about it, inside of yesterday's range, which is inside of this big range from Friday. So, who knows really what's going to unfold by the end of the day. The actionable signal, so to speak, would be a 2 down day. We'd have to get all the way down here and then maybe move to the bottom of this range. But at the moment, it's just too tricky to know how much follow through you're going to get, other than the fact that the opening price action did lead a little lower. That, I thought was apparent. And if all goes well with this volatility, you can see there's, these moves, this buy in here and this sell over here. There's definitely intraday volatility to do okay on these trades, but you don't know how things are going to end up. On the daily bar from yesterday, we kind of have a 3-2 up. It's not even really much of a red bar, it's more neutral. So we're still near the top of a range here and haven't really failed to go down. That would require a 2 down day, which, so it almost looks like another inside price action type of thing, but you never know how much volatility might kick in on the intraday structure that's unfolding. So at least watching this opening price action, seeing the failure up top, near the top of a range, buying some puts, getting a little follow through, that's all I'm looking for. And if, you get a good break, we could be heading down here to these pre-market lows in the close of yesterday, and that all of a sudden gives you a nice, potential trade. But we're still inside of yesterday's bar, so today is just another tricky day in terms of where things might really go by the end of the day. But hopefully intraday structure, you can get one push down, maybe a little pause and a second push inside of yesterday, and that'll be enough for a morning gain. And if you get lucky, I guess, not lucky, but unexpected, then after this downward start, maybe you'll build a little momentum, but I'm not really even expecting that. So I'm prepared almost to break even, take a small gain on this one. It's almost like I'm not expecting the follow through, but at least to this target. Usually on these kind of things, you get to the close of yesterday as a target, and then at that point you can see what happens from there, and you can decide whether you want to just take base hit gains or even let it watch bar by bar and see if maybe it continues lower and lower and lower. But good trade in terms of at least following through initially and setting up a no risk scenario, and we'll just see if it becomes maybe more of a negative day than you would expect. But it's hard to say. So that's kind of what I've been saying the last few days here in terms of how to trade this market. And this again, we'll just see if it could lead to another. There's been a few base hit gains along the way in the last couple of days. Let's see if this becomes another one. But if it just breaks even, that's fine too.